Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Meeting of Minds. Playing left side as the Orks, we've got Spicy Nuggets Master. On the right side, also as the Orks, we've got Custom King. Custom King will be opening up with a couple of Slugger Boys, a Grot Squad, as well as a Generator and a Boys Hut. And Spicy Nuggets Master is going for the exact same. So wanted Orks? Well, you've got Orks here, you've got Orks on the left, Orks on the right. It's going to be a good old slugtastic fest of just the green boys coming together and doing what they love best, which is smashing each other in the face. And we don't often do mirror matches on the channel, mainly because I know people... I mean, the one major thing that Soulstorm and kind of any Dawn of War game really brings to forward is the diverse selection of factions they could choose. But a mirror matchup is always interesting from the perspective of, you know, kind of like a skill kind of thing, you know, who is able to basically get the upper hand using the exact same things. So there's no cheese, there's no, you know, oh my goodness, so-and-so faction is overpowered, oh, that's why they've won. Nope, they're both exactly the same. So there's none of that mischief going on there. We are seeing the Shooter Boys coming out first from Spicy Nuggets Master. And from Custom King, we are seeing the Big Mech come out first. So Big Mech, if you want to go aggressive, you always go for the Big Mech first. He's able to waddle over and smack people up. Whereas if you're on a map like this and you've got plenty of pieces to capture, then a squad of Shooter Boys first before the Big Mech is the idea, because then you can cap things a lot swifter. So there we go, look at it, already diverging in build orders here. Although the Orks don't exactly have that many build orders, it's essentially this. Either Shooter Boys first or Big Mech first. Or go for a whole smorgasbord of Slugger Boys, but you don't really ever see that, as it's just not very good. You know, they die quite quickly. It takes a while for them to get into close combat, and people can just run away from them. I mean, maybe if you go for a couple of Burner Boys on them, that is not a terrible idea, but generally you never see that. There you go, Big Mech is out for both sides, and thank goodness one's bright green or one's bright red, so a lot easier to differentiate between the fighting forces. And there he comes, firing on over here. But then the Big Mech down here will also fire at him. So he's like, oh dear, too many Orks, don't want this. Let me wait for the boys. And fighting in that heavy cover. One Shooter Boy goes down after being focus fired by all four of these lads. Very unfortunate. And the Sluggers to keep these guys on their toes. As the focus is trying to kill the infantry by the looks of things. One backhand from the Big Mech that puts these guys in their place. Brings down two of them down to very low health as well. So just poking and prodding here. No one engaging into a major combat as of yet. The exact same model count more or less from both sides, but really struggling with the health count on these guys on the left. And I will have to do the select thing here, just so we can see which team is which by highlighting those little green rings around them. I know it's a bit distracting with all the green bars at the bottom, but you know what? We're doing our best here. We're doing our best indeed. And it's a bit, I'll be honest, there's a little bit of a lackluster fight going on. Kind of just people just walking towards each other and walking away from each other, waiting to see if they can get bigger and badder things on the go. Got the war banners incoming. And it is going to be a race to see who can get the big shooters out first, I reckon. Ooh, very brave putting a war banner there and there. But if they can sneak out that early game advantage, it will pay dividends in the later stages. Listening post over here being upgraded as well. Trying to stand just on the cusp of that heavy cover, but not quite able to get them all in. Here comes some Nugget Masters, Slugger Boys. Tell them about a very lovely teleport from the Big Mech here. Getting a flank in there, but narrowly avoiding being sandwiched as Custom King. So very good stuff. Well, the economies at the moment, 115 and 10 compared to 97 and 10. It's a slight, ever so slight economic advantage. The Spicy Nugget Master. These guys focusing on the Slugger Boys though, allowing the Shooter Boys to open fire. A couple more models go down. We'll fall back in the heavy cover there. And regain their models. Not seeing much in the way of listening post bashing at the moment. Both players just trying to get some sort of control over the centre, really. Custom King has got the critical location captured though, so he will have a much larger sight as to where everyone is, which is a huge advantage if you want to get your positioning just right. which in this kind of matchup is exactly what you want. Every little advantage piles on top of each other gradually over time. Now got some sluggers on slugger action over here. Trying to prevent Custom King from getting that critical location. Countdown victory.
6 minutes until...
Got plenty of shooter boys. In fact, two full squads more or less. And here comes the big shooters for them. We've already got some big shooters on these guys. So nice that these guys are keeping on top of each other technology-wise. Going to go for some Heavy Boy armor research. I assume you're probably doing the exact same. Oh, you're going to go for some more Dakar. And then the Heavy Boy armor research. That's fair enough. We'll decide to attempt to focus down over here, but there's double war banners. And they can be repaired by the grots. So it's going to be nigh on impossible to push down here until you get those tank buster boys. Here comes Spicy Nuggets with the shooter boys. Got 2 squads of them, and also got quite a healthy squad of slugger boys as well. So larger amounts of orcs. And do remember that the more orcs you have in one certain area, get a little bit of a bonus to their speed, morale regeneration, health regen as well when the boys squad up into a larger amount. Teleport flank from Custom King. Don't know if that was the wisest choice, as it's now got no repositioning. He's going to have to run away very slowly. Then being caught up by lads over here. Now utterly surrounded by loads of orcs. These guys will come over to attempt to rescue him. Shame that these orcs weren't chasing after him as well. We're losing a hell of a lot of shooter boys there, and their big shooters. Well, no big shooters left in that squad at all. This is a very precarious situation for Custom King. Going to definitely have to play a lot more defensive now. There's got less orcs on the go. Slugger boys also just engaging in ranged combat here. Yeah, definitely go back home, recover and recoup your losses. Only got 1 squad of shooter boys left now, as opposed to the 2 of Spicy Nuggets. Looking for a mech shop. And you are also going to go for some Blastier and Tougher Bosses research. Now, does Spicy Nuggets Mister, do you have the... You're going to go for Custom Gadgets research. No tank busters on the way there. Do you have the technology for it? You are in tier 2, so you can get some. So counteracting those vehicles from the mech shop won't be too terrible of a situation for him, but will need to get them online ASAP once he sees them. This thing post about to go down. Can it be saved? No, it cannot. Plenty of money though. Could be spending it. In fact, how spending could be better on both sides, to be honest. But I suppose Custom King is saving up his money so he can buy more vehicles. Because you've got no vehicles to buy. Oh, you're now going to go for a mech shop as well. So war trucks and war tracks, that's probably the way forward here. Stick your shooter boys in there for repositioning purposes. And all that other gubbins. That's been shot up. These guys over here, poor sods, up against the wall. He's trying to climb out. No love, no glove for him. Got some slugger boys for Custom King. Quite a large amount of them, to be honest. Just looking to recapture that critical location in the centre.
Until taken hold victory.
Big mech going to fall back. Allow these guys, oh dear. Trying to get that strategic point capped up, but don't know whether that was worth losing half your shooter boys there. Got some knobs out for these guys. Interesting choice for the knobs. But quite hard to keep these guys on top of the water. Although a big zap goes on there. Bit of a waste, there's no follow-up. Probably wanted to save that zap for when you had some tank busters. Yeah, I think tank busters before knobs would have probably been the idea. These guys for shooting, maybe some sluggers for the front line. Mech shop, which you're not building anything from it. So you're not making use of that structure that you built up. Knobs are very expensive. If you're going to go knobs, don't need to waste your money on a mech shop. Because I don't think anyway. I was going to go for upgrades on the war banners. Interesting.
5 minutes until taken hold victory.
Tougher Bosses research on the go for him as well. Slugger boys from Custom King going to be shot like fish in a barrel, or squigs in a barrel. I want to use the Orky terms. Oh, amazing, that's triple war trucks. And also going for some... You go for some war tracks? Oh no, sorry, we're listening to someone else, I think. Fair enough. Oh well, here they come. And there's no anti-vehicle stuff for Nugget's Master. A flanking manoeuvre. Being surrounded by the Slugger boys, probably not ideal for them. Nob squad been recruited up to 10 models. And they're going to try and chase off these guys, but going to just listfully drive over onto the right hand side to avoid that close combat. I want to stick a big mech in them. Teleporting purposes. Who's on whose side? There we go. So all of Custom King's lads are inside the war trucks. But they're good. Finally, those tank busters sort out the lads in the trucks. They're just going to fall back. Cannot stand toe-to-toe with those knobs. And all that fire supporty stuff. Slugger's been out of position. One squad wipe incoming there. There goes the shooter boys, attempting to break down a couple of knobs before then falling back. Considering though that knobs are the elite melee squads of the Orks, let me say that again. They do only cost 45 blue and 10 green, so quite cheap all things considered. I've got knob on knob action. Who's on whose side? Got Custom King's knobs trying to go up against the shooter boys, but they've managed to jump inside the war truck. We've got plenty of shooter boys opening fire. Not many knobs left, only 3 of them. Having to fall back now due to the sheer amount of firepower these guys are bringing to bear. Hide behind, quite like it, just hide behind the mountain, can't see us. And look at that. Completely unaware. Not being too aggressive. You don't want to make the mistake of pushing too far forward and losing all the expensive units just to then be pushed back once again. RC and tier 3 on the way for spicy nuggets. And flash gates would be a nice idea. They've currently got no storm boys, so they'll be able to keep them safe behind a front line of... Oh, I suppose they've not got any knobs left. Bit of a problem for them. I'm going to regain them. Nope, just more tank busters. And still nothing from the mech shop apart from a couple of war trucks from both of these players. So I suppose if you put a lot of money into elite infantry, no point really. The economy is 115 and 60 for spicy nuggets compared to 126 and 70. So again, not huge differences in the economy. Huge differences at all, but I'm seeing a loss of a listing post over there. Double war trucks filled to the brim. And they're just going to completely ignore all this stuff. Go for a bit of a base trade situation. They've got more tank busters. So they should be able to break through this stuff a lot quicker. And these guys are going to respond. Teleporting right on over. And just push into the base, young man. That's what you do. Got one war track here, going for bomb chucker, but no infiltration detection at the moment. Apart from this big mech, we can just kind of ignore him for a little bit. Take a while for him to get over. That's a lot of Orks popping on out. Got double shooter boys, knobs with their pistols as well. Also now got those war tracks. So tank busters unable to really get around that massive infantry. On a bit of a bind, will be shot down pretty quickly. One war truck though does manage to get out. Another listing post down. They've spotted their bigger generator. Ideally, they want to be taking that offline. Triple war tracks on the move on the southern side. And currently, no flash kits for you at the moment. Well, it means you've got those mad docs. You've got your first squad of flash kits on the go. Well, Custom King although he keeps getting pushed back and maybe losing a couple of bits and bobs here and there, his army's looking quite scary. He's got plenty of lads in his ranks at the moment now. He can one squad of flash gates. Going to go for a second as well. Mad Doc's always a good one-bar combo of them. Stick them inside the flash gates. Keeps them healthy. Give them the fighting juice. Prevent them from dying in a clutch moment. Wartruck and Wartruck action. We're seeing these war banners being upgraded with some rocket launchers. Very careful with this positioning. Big Mech jumps straight under those knobs. And then Flash gets over here. Not where they want to be. I don't think close proximity to some knobs, but these guys are in range stance at the moment. Activating the fighting juice. Keep them alive. Watch over here. It's got some lads inside. Might want to bring them out to engage in some fairy shooting, but they're just happy to stay in there. There we go. Double shooter boys. Knob squad down to less than half of the models at the moment. They're being supported by all this firepower. More war tracks coming on over. And the Orks teleporting one squad of shooter boys round the side. Going a big zap right in the middle of these two vehicles here. Flashgate absolutely throwing the knob as far as he can. Very impressive stuff. Every day you see a Flashgate kill something in melee combat. Such grace and style. Potentially able to hold off this assault, actually. Big Mech and the shooter boys over here have gone down. Fighting juice on these Flashgates, but they're not standing still. Trying to reposition, but didn't really need to do that. Firing on the move accuracy is nowhere near as good as standing still. But still fully fledged squads of Flashgates over here. Difficult for everyone. Quite a lot of tank busters there. And no infiltration detection for Custom King. Have you got... Yeah, your Big Mech did die in that. So, no way to spot these guys. So they'll just have to fall back. To better times. More Flashgates coming out. But not much money to rebuild these guys, whereas Custom King, he's got a little bit better economy on the go. I'm going to go for some extra vehicle armor. So maybe some looted tanks. He's managed to snag the listing person on the outside. He's destroyed this one over here. No chance of really breaking through here. I suppose he could with the range of the flash gates. Fighter bomber. Nice idea, actually, from Spicy Nuggets. After all, they'll be able to separate these flash gates. I mean, the problem with these guys is that they stand quite close to each other. You get two squads together. Anything nearby, they can focus fire and destroy. Whereas Fighter Bomber explodes them, spreads them out around. A full volley of missile launchers from Stand Busters. Every single one of them missing. Gotta love the accuracy of the Orks. But yeah, so separate them all. And then take them at one model at a time. Not a bad idea. Here comes Fighter Bomber. The flash gates. Spicy Nuggets, more or less fully fledged at the moment. I've seen the war tracks down here. Slowly but surely taking care of the war banners. And then fighting juice on everyone at the moment. It's just a case of who can outlast who. Nice explosion from that Fighter Bomber. Like I say, now the formation's all skew whiffed and stuff, but that fighting juice keeping them alive. We got one model goes down. Another as well. War banners there. Less than ideal situation. Here comes a big engagement. In that heavy cover. Although Custom King firmly whatever word you want to use. Firmly inside that. Losing the vast majority of their flash kits in there. Also those knobs coming over. Would have been no much of a good challenge. Spice Nugget says GG. Custom King also says GG. Although I've got plenty of time left on my match countdown thing. We'll see how it goes. It was a preemptive GG. I can't see how Spicy Nuggets is going to pull this back. Do you have the money? You do have the money to rebuild stuff. It's just, can the fighter bombers hold them back? And can you get much from your mech shop? Does not really. You've used all your squad cap for those fighter bombers. You know, it would have been nice to probably see these guys a little bit earlier. It would have really helped in those firefights in the mid-game. Fresh squad of flash gates, a war boss on the way as well. But no, this is just too much, isn't it? Not much else he could do. Apart from just hold off as best he can. The second squad of knobs from Custom King. Moving down the side. Oh, and here comes a squigger. Right, yeah, that's not a good sign. The green orcs here. As a big red squigger comes on over. Has been set to range stance. So he can make good use of that zap cannon on top of him. Speed freaks pushing on northern side. And that is basically, boys and girls, gonna be it. I don't see any change happening here. The big mech shop's gone down. The Squiggoff will slowly but surely whittle these structures over. And to be fair, actually, I've not talked too soon. Little flash kits coming down and over, pushing these guys back. Fighter bomb, keeping these guys on the straight and narrow. War boss being shot down to half health. No problem whatsoever. I mean, they've repelled the assault on the northern side. Can they do the same for the southern side? You know what? I believe. We've seen crazy things happen on the channel before. And, good lord, if the Orks know one thing, is that if you believe in something, it's going to happen. Flash gets continuing the push over on this side. This guy's got no chance. But the looted tank over here causing these guys some issues. Squiggoff walked on in. And going to go for some slugger boys. Just because they can. Just anything at this point will do them good. Mega Armor knobs and auto reinforce. We can see if they can chunk down that Squiggoff in close combat. And the fighting is happening all across the map at the moment. These knobs being kept on the backsides by the fighter bomber. These guys make a push over into the listing post. Goes down, but more flash kits are on the way. And you've got plenty of green money, but not so much blue money. Oh no, they're surrounded. Knobs on the left, flash kits on the right, but they're going to whittle their way through the flash kits as quick as a man can. As an orc can, sorry. War boss blasted. More holes than Swiss cheese. Looted tank using its artillery to full effect. And only one or two flash kits left. That war boss still going strong there. Squiggoff has now come down and it's actually almost been killed by those Mega Armor knobs. Very impressive defense. Some spicy nuggets here. He's left it all on the table. Still needs to recap and rebuild all his stuff. Looted tank blasting apart the remnants of the war boss's army. As Squiggoff goes to town on these Mega Armor knobs, but not giving up without a fight. They see a target. They want to bash it in close combat. You guys don't do bad against any target, but the morale's been broken. Enough all this stuff coming over. Sad time in the pipeline for the Green Orcs. All goes quiet as the war boss is watching over on high at a battlefield of death. The carpet of green is war gone down the drain. Now the big mech comes on over, and that is that done for them. What an absolute slobber knocker. Just the sheer amount of dead and dying on the battlefield at the moment. You can really see how the battle kind of progressed So lots of argy-bargy going on in the middle at the beginning of the game, which was very clutch all the way through. I think that both players really showed a very tight, controlled micro from both sides. And as the game went on, as kind of how Orks kind of work, it's a lot of air moving, it's a lot of seeing how you can use sheer amount of firepower to break people backwards and forwards and stuff. Not sure if the tide began to turn really when Custom King was able to get a mass of war trucks and war tracks out. Lack of the whatchamacallums, the tank busters early on in the game kind of set them a little bit back, and then from there just that slight kind of mistake, just gradually over time Custom King was able to bring out those boys and stuff. But mind you, like I said, that those fighter bombers really did change the tide of battle over on this side. It's just that by then, Skrigoth came out and all that stuff, more elite units, and Custom King able to win. So there we go. That's the summary. Maybe not the most in detailed, but that's all you're getting from me today. So yeah, cheers Custom King for sending that game into the Discord. One Spot channel. Have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. I've been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure's always, never a chore. Now, see you in a bit. Peace.